Had several people ask me about the heat bond of polyethylene foam. So I'm just going to do another little example here for you guys. I have a heat gun, Harbor Freight $10 heat gun. I love these guys. I think they're kind of the best heat gun out there. And if you're having different results and you're not using this heat gun, that might be the reason. This is $10. Pipe insulation. This is polyethylene foam. Pool noodle. This is polyethylene foam. The difference is density, and I don't mean thickness, I mean density. Look at the cell structure. See how there's just twice as many cells in this? That means it's denser, it's harder to squeeze down. This is just less dense. I can squeeze this down easier. This is going to be harder to heat bond than this one. I put my heat gun setting up on the edge of the table, shooting off the edge of the table. 2 pieces. Now the heat is going right through here, obviously. That's really hot. So I don't want to block off the heat on the back side with something that I'm joining on the front. So I want to start out this way. And I'm going to let those get hot, and I'm going to push them together. And now, as I push them together, I have this beautiful heat bond has happened. And that is really solid. It's not perfect, there's a little hole there, but it's a pretty darn good bond. Let me do another bond that'll be harder. Now I want to bond all the way down the length of this. So for that, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the back first. I'm not in the heat, now I'm in the heat. I did that back edge, so that back edge is bonded. Back edge is bonded. This edge I didn't bond at all, but it got a little bit of heat on it, so it stuck just a little. I'm going to bond to the front edge now. Run it by the heat, put it together. Immediate. Don't let it sit. Don't let it... Now, and we have deformation, but we also have a really good bond. So the heat collapsed the cells. So be aware of that. Let's do the same thing with the pipe insulation. They're not in the heat. I don't want them to hang out in the heat. They come together. Push. Again, this is harder. This is harder to do. But I'm bonded. I'm bonded back together. Now this I'm worried about because this foam is not really forgiving with this heat. I want to bond it together like that. I'm not in the heat. Let's see if that took. I've tried to go in that heat as little as possible. And I'm bonded. See, I'm not bonded right there, but I'm close, but I'm not right on it. I'm going to hit this side now. It's that second side that seems to cause that deformation. But that's bonded. That is well bonded together. Let's get a closer look. So now I'm pretending that I want to bond these pieces to this piece and sort of make like, I don't know, like an insect leg or something. I want to think about where I'm hitting. I don't want to do the middle one first. It would be very hard for me to focus the heat and not hit this middle one again. So I'm going to go down in a line. I'm going to figure out where I want them, and then I'm going to attach them. That is well and on there. Go here. It's on there. It's on there. This can take a lot more heat than the polyethylene foam. So you have less degradation of material. And these are really, they're on there, man. I mean, they're well attached. So that is a close-up of heat-forming polyethylene foam. Here's how you can do it wrong. I get both of these really hot, or I get this one really hot, and then I get this one really hot, and I put them together. Well, that's not very good because they weren't both hot. They weren't hot enough. Get rid of that. Let's get both of them hot at the same time. Now let's put them together. You know what? Actually, I'm getting more bond than I thought I would, but it's not a good bond. I'm just getting a little bit of a bond. It's not super tight. Proper technique. Both hot, both hot. Roll them together. I'm rolling them together along that bond area. That's a good bond. That's much better, much stronger.